Hello, good morning everybody. I was recently approached by Kathleen Sundby to see if I would like to do a journal swap with her, and I will link Kathleen's channel below. And I agreed very quickly because I do love Kathleen's work. And I've just come on to show you the journal that I've made for Kathleen just before I post it to her. And then when I receive the journal from her, I'll do another video and show you what she sent me. And I think she's doing the same as well. So she's making a video of the journal that she's made for me, and then she'll do a flip through of this one on her channel. So I'll do a quick flip through, and I do hope that you like it, and I really hope that Kathleen likes it. The book that I've used is the Country Diary birthday book. And this is a book that I picked up in one of our local charity shops a while ago. I have used most of the pages from it already, but I have included some that I had left over in here. I'm not sure of the size actually of the book. I'll do a quick measurement for you. So it's about 5.5, just over 7.5, hardcover. It only had a 3/4 of an inch spine, so I have added a new spine and a little tassel on there. And the fabric with the little dragonflies and butterflies I thought went really well with the image on the front. And then the back of the journal, it has the what do you call it, the publisher on the back there, and explains about it. It's a perpetual calendar diary, so it doesn't have the day, it has the date, so you could use it any year. It had actually been used on some of the pages. So I've just tied it up with a piece of stretchy lace, and then opening it up on the inside, hopefully you can see that. So I've used a piece of Edith Holden in here and a little fabric snip just to make a little pocket, and then in the pocket there I've just made used one of the little observer book pages, and I've just made some little extra journaling space in there. Kathleen actually said to me that she doesn't journal as much as likes to have a look through and a flip through the journals, so I didn't include as much writing space in this one as I would normally do, and hopefully Kathleen will like that. So hidden spine, put that back in the pocket there, and then this is the first page of the actual calendar, the diary itself, and it explains what it was inspired by. So I've put that in as the front page, and there's some vintage, sorry, I hope you can see that, some vintage lace there. And then the back of that page is January, and it lists whose birthdays there are in January, which is quite interesting. And then another little snip there that's actually from this book, as is that, and a little snip. And then a little image there, and the images that I've used on the journaling cards are from Mrs. Coggs, so that's Mrs. Coggs' Yellow in the Garden set. I think that's an Artie Mage paper there, and one of the little quotes out of the book, and a little fabric butterfly tab there. And then these papers that I've used in this one are from Victoria Designs. It says Journal de Botanique, and it says the herbery there. And then I've done a little snip there with some of the leaves. And then other of the cards there from Mrs. Cogg. That's Jane Greenway, I think. And then this is just a gardening book page that I had. And then on the back, I've another little snip there, and I think that's Mrs. Cogg's monochrome fairy kit. And then a little envelope there. There's nothing in the envelope, but I thought Kathleen could use it to put something in. And then on the side there is another little journaling card. It just snips in there. And then of course there's another little snip just there. Kathleen said that she liked the fabric snips that I did, so I tried to include as many as I could on this. This is a book page from a gardening poem book that I have. There's a Charlotte Bronte there. Book page. This is an iron-on, a vintage iron-on sewing transfer that I've doubled because it was only tissue paper, so I've doubled that and stitched round it. There's a page, lovely image there. And then the centre of this signature, again, hidden spine there. And then the back of it's a 1953 iron-on transfer there. And again, I think that's Yellow in the Garden, just a journaling card. I think they used to do these transfers free with a magazine in the UK called Woman's Weekly. You iron it on your fabric and then you can sew over it. There's the back of the book page there. And again, the little poem book page. Again, Yellow in the Garden. And then I've just done a little mushroom snip there and a little couple of cards. I think they're Artie Mays. I just tuck behind it. And again, another pocket there, the envelope. A little snip on and a little bit of a crochet doily that I've attached there. And again, another card there. I do love these monochrome fairies. They're beautiful. Lovely drawings. I like the snails. Just tuck that behind there. I was so thrilled when Kathleen asked me if I would do a swap with her. This is actually the first swap that I've ever done, so I'm not sure if I've done it right. I am very nervous whether she'll like it or not. Another journaling card there and some embroidery anglais as a pocket. In the back of the envelope window there. And again, this is an actual page from this book. And again, that's May. And again, a page from this book with some vintage lace. I don't have lots of laces and doilies and things, so I do try and pick it up as and when I can. So the diary itself has little things in, either from Edith Holden or quotes. There's a William Shakespeare one there. So there are different quotes going through. I have tried to get another copy of this book without success, but I will keep looking. I do like the window envelopes, using them like that. Sometimes you have to turn them inside out to be able to get the window where you want it. That's a CD case, and again I've put an Edith Holden picture in there, so that's just a pocket. It's a tuck spot, not a pocket. And then there's a piece of Tim Holtz fabric there. I've only got little snips of that left, but I did it so that you could see the little bees and the flies. And again, another little journaling card there. In the backgrounds of these cards, you might have seen my long snippet roll video. That's how I got made these. Again, the little fairies there in that little pocket, and another of the Tim Holtz butterfly fabric there. Again, I've only got snips of that left. Another quote there out of the book. There's a double pocket just here, and that's pages out of Edith Holden, both of those. And then I've stuck these images on. And they go in those double pockets there. Another of the poem pages. This is a page out of a book that I've got. It's a black and white book, but it does say what's happening through April, through the year. So that's a page about April. And it's the Times Nature Notes. It is a really nice book if you want book pages that have quotes about nature. And then the centre of this signature has a little fold out. Again, I think that's Yellow in the Garden. That's one of Tracy Fox's, from Tracy Fox's kits with the beetle. I do love bugs and beetles and things, I have to say. And then again, a little piece of Edith Holden, and that's just got a little ruffled snip on it there. Daffodils. My daffodils are actually growing, although it's a very frosty day today. Love those images of the blue tits on this kit. Some more of the Times book there. Little fabric snip here that I've made, a fabric belly band, and just put a journaling card behind that. And again, one of the little mushroom snips on there. And then this is one of Mrs. Cogg's images again, with the little poppy girl, and then that just lifts up. Oh, I knew there was another pocket, so I'll put something in that pocket as well. There's a little pocket there. I knew I'd missed one, I couldn't think where it was. And then again, one of the little quotes from the book. And I put the poppy girl there because it matched the poppy there. Again, that's just just a little snip roll with the mushrooms on there. And again, the book page. Back of the window envelope. I think that is one of Artie Mazur's pages. And then you can see that's February, so little quotes from February. And then again, the book page from the book. Again, the window envelope, another of Artie Mazur's papers. And then these are Artie Mazur's butterflies, and I've just stitched them on a piece of fabric and then put them on a paper to make a pocket, and then that's an envelope in there. Put it that way because I like to see the bird. Another of the book pages there, and then that's just got a corner top tuck up there. Another card there. I love that the fairy's riding on the moth. It shows you what size they would be. Of course, we all know how big a fairy is, don't we? And then this is it is a window envelope. So that's a pocket. The opening of the envelope there is a pocket that I've put the card in. And then I've turned the envelope up to make a little pocket there. I think that's one of Artie Mazur's images, actually. And then another of the tracing paper sewing images there. Centre of the signature, and then it says presented with Woman's Weekly. And those of you not in the UK, that's Woman's Weekly. I believe it's still going. It's a magazine. Image there. I did wonder whether these iron-ons transfers would still work, but they are pretty. And then there's a little fabric flip there on that. Again, this is the fabric that I've used on the spine. So I wasn't sure, I wasn't intending to make it as big as it turned out, but my journals never turned out the way that I intend them to. I start off with one thing in mind and they end up another. Little tuck spot there. And there's a little tuck spot there, so I'll put a card in there as well. I have got some left over. And again, the embroidery anglais. And then the back of the envelope. And then another page from the book. And then in the back there, I've used one of again, this is from this book. And then I've just added, this is the last piece of paper card that I had left over from it. So I've left it so that Kathleen can see the back of it. And just tucked it in there as an extra piece that she can use for something. And it does go in there, honestly. There we go. So that is my book, my journal swap for Kathleen Sundby. I'm very excited. Hers is actually already on the way to me. She finished before I finished mine, so I am a little bit behind. So apologies for that, Kathleen. But I will be getting it in the post tomorrow, which is Wednesday, 22nd of Jan, so it will be going on its way. And thank you so much, Kathleen, for asking me to do a swap. I was absolutely thrilled that you asked me, and I do hope that you like the journal that I've made for you. And I'd just like to thank you all for coming to take a look at it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.